What up, you guys? Welcome back into hockey's favorite podcast. You heard it. I said it. Here is the Pacific Revision, back for another episode. I am one of your hosts, Miguel. Hi, hello, how are you? Alongside me is my co-host, Eric. Say hello, Eric.
It's nice to be close to you, Miguel, just like we're close in the standings. Isn't it lovely? Not much separates us, and our bond is translated through that on our stupid hockey teams who won't make anything easier for us.
I know. We are very close right now.
I love it. It's nice to see you. How are you, Miguel?
I'm okay. I am physically tired.
Okay.
I am emotionally tired of watching the Golden Knights lose a lot lately.
Has it been tough? Is it bad?
It's been tough.
I gotta be honest. I've only been looking at the standings.
So
we're right there.
We'll get it. There. So Golden Knights currently are 3-6-1 in their last 10.
Is that good?
Not great, Eric. It's not great. It's not great. Luckily, I mean, they had such an amazing beginning of the year. It is carrying them through the slumps, but man, they are slumping hard right now. They are. So I mean, for the longest, again, I mean, I know I haven't been consistent on this show, so we haven't talked about it as much. Vegas left and right losing people: Whitecloud, Martinez, Shea Theodore, William Carrier, Mark Stone, Eichel at one point. I feel like I'm missing another big one, but either way, now all those people are coming back. Other people are coming back. Shea Theodore, William Carrier played today.
Ooh, did not help today.
Whitecloud skated in a non-contact jersey today with the team. He is on the road trip too as well. So most of the team is back now. Obviously, he's going to take Shea Theodore. He pretty much hasn't played all year. It's probably going to take him a while to get his skates up under him. But one thing I learned that I wasn't sure last year, but I learned this year, and I'm positive to see it now. For Vegas Golden Knights, they suffered a ton of injuries last year, missed the playoffs. They suffered a ton of injuries this year, and I mean they're still in a good spot, but it is getting worse by the day. It is definitely getting worse by the day.
TBD on that playoff spot.
Because the teams behind us are not losing. The Kings are losing of some games, but they're still picking up some wins. Seattle really isn't losing. Oilers really aren't losing right now.
Excuse me, Miguel. We're 6-4 in the last 10. All right, that's miles. That's twice as better as your 3 wins in the last 10 games.
Yes, but the Seattle Kraken 7-2-1. Oilers 7-1-2. These guys, they're picking up steam and they're inching right behind us. But one thing I learned from last year to this year, it's not about how many people we're missing. It's about who we're missing. And it is clear as day this team cannot win when Mark Stone is out of the lineup. Last year, he held on as much as it could.
In hindsight, terrible plan.
Yes, I agree. And they kept on winning, and then when he got hurt is when the downfall of the Golden Knights. But at that time, you couldn't say it was just because of Mark Stone, because back then we're missing everybody. Riley Smith, Jack Eichel for a period. Not Theodore. We missed Martinez the entire year last year. Pietrangelo, we were missing Pietrangelo this year too.
We get it. The list is long, but here let me tell you the real problem of the Vegas Golden Knights. All right.
So
I've crunched the numbers, Miguel. I'm gonna give you some insight on what the real problem of your Las Vegas Golden Knights are. And it's that you're selfish. Okay. Now you're wondering, Eric, where are you going with this? How is being selfish the reason that we're always hurt? All right. Who did the Golden Knights sign? A certain Iron Man. A certain hot dog loving, never misses a game, lovable player.
To be fair, I said that was a mistake because he is not playing well. He has not played well all year.
I'm just saying it's selfish of Phil Kessel, the NHL's Iron Man streak, to not give his advice. And
I know, right?
Secrets. I don't know what hot dog links he needs to eat, but the Vegas Knights need it. And Phil Kessel hoarding it for himself.
I'll say this. If Vegas wasn't as injured as they might be, I really think Kessel would have been benched by now.
You can't do it. You know what you signed up for.
I know. And I said this when we signed him. I'm like, it doesn't matter now because of the severity of injuries. But before the injuries, like, Kessel was bad. He's been bad. And I'm like, I mean, that's great to have Phil, legend. I'm glad he broke the record. But I think he needs to be a big man and just be like, you know what? I'm not playing that well. I need some nights off. But doesn't matter. While Vegas is not healthy, it doesn't matter anyways. That's not even a concern to me.
Also, how dare you insult Phil Kessel? He scored your only goal tonight. I
know he did. Off of the most random. This is one thing I see in Vegas that Marshall's been doing for the last few years, and now more players in Vegas are trying to do it. When they're behind the goalie, they just throw it at the goalie and hope it goes in.
Yeah.
Like something they never did much, but Marshall has a few of those these last 2 years. That's how Phil Kessel scored today. He hit it off the blocker or the glove's hand of the goalie, which is just the dumbest goal, but I mean, it goes in. But yeah, Mark Stone. So last year goes down. That's when the fall happened, but you didn't put 2 and 2 together because so many people were gone. This year, so many people injured. Jack Eichel goes down. Pietrangelo goes down. But guess what? Mark Stone, our captain, is still there, healthy, and they are winning. Not only are they winning, they win on a 5-0. What's it called? Away, a stretch,
a streak,
a road trip. Thank you. Where they went 5-0. When people thought, okay, they don't have no Shea Theodore, they don't have Jack Eichel, they don't have Pietrangelo, they're gonna lose. But somehow the captain found their way because he on that road trip. A lot of assists, him pretty much feeding Chandler Stevenson, who's been ice cold since Stone's been gone. Eichel, as great as Eichel is, and I love Eichel, clearly he is not the one to drive the offense alone. Stone may not score a lot of goals, but he is the conductor that keeps this train moving. You know what I mean?
I can hear a friend of the show, John Fick, just getting hard at that sentence. Just getting real excited. Are you trashing Jack Eichel now?
I mean, I'm not trashing him.
No, it's over. He sucks. He doesn't help you win. Jack Eichel doesn't know how to win. Jack Eichel clearly needs help. What evidence do we have that Jack Eichel is good at hockey?
I mean,
what evidence? Give it to me.
This year, fucking before the injuries, he was, what's it called? On fire, but doesn't matter. He needs to turn it up now.
Does it matter if he misses the playoffs again?
It's the same thing.
It's not look good.
I mean, we're still far away from that, but we'll see when we get there. So, I mean, on the bright side is Stone does not have a season-ending injury. The word is it is his back again, but it may not be as bad as they thought.
Are you still blaming the Kings for that? For him injuring his back in Los Angeles untouched?
Yes.
Keep in mind, untouched. I said untouched. No one touched him when he hurt it the first time.
His back's been fine. It was fine before. He'd never had a back injury before that day.
Yeah, but we didn't do it. Like he just.
I mean, you guys did. You guys hit him.
We did it though.
And he probably hold up, and he was like, "I'm fine," and then he wasn't fine. You know, sometimes people fall. They stand up, they're like, I'm fine. And then a few minutes later, then they feel it. You know what I mean? Like, I need to watch the entirety of that game last year to try to pinpoint it. But I'm not going to.
Sure, you should, because it was a 5-2 win. Like, it was over.
I'm not going to. I mean, what Stone win now is when you guys started scoring. But yeah, I mean, like I said, Stone doesn't score much. I
don't think that's true.
Stone doesn't score much. He doesn't score much. But man, he just facilitates the puck.
Good at defense.
He makes it difficult for other teams to get through the neutral zone because he has a long stick and he takes away pucks like crazy. And he's just smart. That guy, like I said, like they say about Stone, he's not fast. He's not the best shooter, but guy just gets hockey. He knows where to be. He knows how to place himself. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
either way,
he placed himself on IR. Not a great place to land yourself.
Vegas needs to figure it out. Eichel needs to step up. And more importantly than Jack Eichel, the same thing I said last year. The motherfucking misfit line, who's been together since year one.
It's over. The magic's done. The magic's done, baby.
Needs to carry this team. They still play well. They still constantly outplay whichever line they match up with. But Jesus, can these guys not fucking score?
I think the magic is over, Miguel.
And then, so, I mean, we'll see. I am not doom and gloom, but the warning light is on. The check engine light is definitely on. You know what I mean?
Look, do you remember a couple years ago when you had top line center Chandler Stevenson?
Yes.
Can a team succeed with technically Chandler Stevenson being your best player?
I mean, he's not the center, everything. But I know what you mean.
He's the best player. Technically.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's like year one, Carlson was the best player, and no one said anything, and they went to the finals.
Yeah, but that was the good team. This is a glob of players right now that are trying to hold on for dear life.
So I mean, and the same thing as last year. It's hard when the lines are changing every other night. But again, now that they're semi-healthy, and once Shea gets a few games under him, we'll see how much better. Because I mean, missing Shea has been a big deal on the defense. Because you had some of the younger guys back there who are having good, but I mean they're playing to what they're getting paid. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Are they fucking up? No, but they're also not going above and beyond, which is what you expect of a $1 million defenseman. You know what I mean? Like the young guys. Exactly. Shea Theodore. I've seen this guy multiple times take it from behind our net and go and score. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm still never letting you forget that you said Shea Theodore was going to win a Norris eventually.
Yeah, and then God struck him down with injuries. Then God gave him cancer on his nuts.
No, God entered Cale Makar and Adam Fox into the NHL.
That too. But no, I mean, Shea Theodore got testicular cancer that summer. It's fine now, luckily. And then he suffered injuries in back-to-back seasons. So, is it my fault? Maybe. Either way, Eric, how you doing? How's Keensville?
Oh man, the emotional roller coaster continues.
How is La La Land?
I mean, we lost 3 of 4, and now we're currently on a 3-game winning streak. This is the season in a nutshell. Like they go these weird stretches of not knowing how to play hockey to then wrapping off 3 wins in a row, and it's great. We're first place right now. At the time of this recording, the Kings are in first place. Will it last? No, probably not.
The one thing is back about the LA though. Did you see?
Minus 6.
Minus 6. The only team with a minus goal differential, and you're first in the Pacific.
Look, when
it's astounding. It is astounding.
Look, man, when we lose big. You know what I mean? We lose by a lot.
This is what I said last year, and this is what I say this year about LA. I don't consider them, and I'm not trying to talk shit, a great team. I don't. But they find a way.
Thank you, Miguel. We are the best team.
But they find a way to get wins, and they find a way to get loser points. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here, look. Let me tell you the last couple. All right. Here's our last couple of our last 3 wins. All right. 4-3 over Florida. 4-3 over Philly. 2-1 over Chicago. 3-game winning streak, all by 1 goal. And then we have our 3 losses that we had back to back to back. 5-3, 4-0, 5-2. When we win by 1. We lead the league in 1 goal wins. But when we lose, holy shit.
I know. Also, I want to bring up that how you say we're close. Mm-hmm. I love that you made fun of me for losing 4-0 to the Stars.
Oh, then we lost 4-0 to the Stars.
And then LA gets swept 4-0 by the Stars.
You know what's even worse than that, by the way, that of me making fun of you?
What?
Is that at least you got shut up by Jake Ottinger. We got shut up by Scott Wedgwood.
Oh, did you? I didn't know that. I actually did not know that.
And I will say, Scott Wedgwood, fuck you for tormenting me because he fucking played amazing. Somehow the puck would just not go behind him. It went every other which direction except for behind him. So
not only that, Stars pitched 3 4-0 shutouts. Knights, Canes, Coyotes. Not in a row because the Sharks had to ruin it, but that's pretty cool though. You know what I mean?
Are the Dallas Stars the best team in the NHL? Sometimes it feels
they're
like
playing like it. I do think they are. Yes, I 100% think they are the best team right now. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that Boston is far ahead of everybody. Boston, as of lately, I'm not saying they're not playing bad. They're playing great also. But Dallas are playing better. And Boston is getting a lot of help from their goalies, which is, that's what you need to win in this league. But they're getting a lot. Olmark has been phenomenal for Boston. And don't get me wrong, Dallas has got an amazing goaltending as well, but they're also...
You know what's another problem with Dallas that no one talks about them?
What?
No one talks about the Stars.
No one talks about the Stars.
Like Jason Robertson is low key, maybe like in top.
We said it. Most underpaid player, right?
Yeah, him and Tage Thompson easily. I might have a guest for us lined up who is a big fan of the Dallas Stars. So it might help us get a little picture into who these people are. Because outside of like that top line that they have, I think it's Pavelski, Hintz, and Robertson.
The thing about the Stars, we've talked about here before. I would say this season, I guess, most boring team to watch play. Your team play against. They smothered you. They win 1-0 to once. It's the most fucking boring shit you could watch. Insert Pete DeBoer, a high offense, high shooting coach, into a team that's fundamentally great defensively, and you see what you get.
Also, Pete DeBoer, year one. Like, he has the first year of Pete DeBoer to any team.
I know.
New Jersey, deep playoff run. Vegas, deep playoff run. Like, the Sharks. Don't forget the Sharks. Deep playoff run. So,
yeah. So, theoretically, Dallas Stars are probably going to the Stanley Cup this year.
You know what? You know what's kind of bullshit, though? You know what's kind of bullshit if you're the Stars, though? You're going to win the Central, and just because of the way the season has gone, you're probably going to play Colorado in the first round.
Yeah, exactly. That's
some shit.
That's tough. That is tough.
Because again, it's like with all these top end teams, like Colorado's been beating up like just to hell and back with the amount of injuries to everybody. They haven't had a full squad this whole year. Like they've had injuries to McKinnon, to Makar recently.
Landeskog
hasn't played all year.
Yeah, so
Lehkonen, Nichushkin, like Byram, Manson, so many guys. Like we talked about like your guys' injuries, but holy shit, Colorado is beat up. And if they can just hold on to that last playoff spot, get healthy at the right time, that's bad times for any team who has to play them. Whether that's like as a wild card team, whether that's the winner of the Central or the Pacific.
Honestly, I'm looking at the playoff picture with the wild card. It's
kind of gross, right?
It's good. There's no, in my opinion, the way teams are playing, there's no easy matchup right now. There's just not.
No, everything's a toss up. Because right now you have Edmonton or the Abs at the wild card spots. And if you win the division, good luck. Your congratulations, you win the championship. Here's your prize of either McDavid or the defending Stanley Cup champions.
It's champions, yeah.
Fantastic. I don't know. This is why I'm enjoying this Kings first place right now. It's only going to be for today. I don't know. The Seattle's play Calgary. I kind of don't care who wins because I really just want the Kings to get in. So probably I want the Kraken just to retake first place to lead us to the inevitable Pacific Division playoff series. Because that'll be exciting.
I'm with you in the point of like
just secure a spot and worry about the matchups.
I don't want Calgary. I don't want more teams getting up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't want a bunching in. You know what I mean?
I don't care where they go. I don't care. I personally really don't care where Golden Knights land. I just need them to get in.
Look, I can't beg. All right, the Kings are -6 in goal differential in first place somehow. This is amazing. But I don't know. We've also look, Miguel. Give me some credit here. We've also got bitten by the injury bug. All right, we got people out. Carl Grundstrom gone for. That was good. You got well, you know Carl Grundstrom. Don't lie to me. Gabriel Lardy's day-to-day. He's not on the road trip that the Kings are currently on. Trevor Moore. He hasn't been seen since Christmas. I missed my Thousand Oaks native. I don't know when he's coming back. I keep hearing. The thing that worries me about his injury is that like we keep waiting for updates, and we're just like, he's hurt. He's just hurt. I don't like that. Kalyev hasn't played in over a month, so you're kind of hoping that's kind of it. I'm scared to see what's gonna happen, like in terms of like the trade deadline coming up.
Yeah,
because honestly, like the fact that this team's in the position that it is with so many question marks is outstanding to me. But holy shit, the goaltending needs to get fixed. They have the worst goaltending in the NHL. It's not good.
No, I mean when you're negative, yeah.
And like, the fact that Phoenix Copley, like everyone's like, and it's a great story that he's been able to hold it down, anchor it. All that good stuff about how well he's playing. Phoenix Copley's his save percentage is still under 900. He's been okay. He just hasn't, cost us the game yet. But he hasn't really done anything to win us the game. That's kind of what you need in the playoffs. You need your goaltender to kind of stand on his head.
Ooh, now that you mentioned trade deadline. Who's the guy? What's his name? What's it like the top Twitter NHL reporters?
You want Elliot Friedman, Chris Johnston,
no,
Greg Wyshynski.
It's like with an S. His last name has an S. It starts with an S, I think.
His last is
fuck.
I have no idea why. What's jogging on your head right now?
I'm trying to find his tweet. He got into it with Leonard about Leonard's injury. And he called him doctor or whatever.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Fuck.
What does this have to do with the Kings?
No, it's because you said trade deadline, and so I forget his name. Essentially, I remember he said he's the one that reported. He's the one that first reported it was Stones was a back injury before anyone else, and then he said it's not season ending.
Yeah,
but the Knights are heavily concerned, and it's going to play a big factor in what they do at the trade deadline. He said that they already are looking at alternate options, which scares me because I'm tired of Vegas making these big trades.
Oh, it's going to happen again. You know this? Some bullshit's going to happen. By the way, my favorite rumor of like what
they're going for Patrick Kane. Watch, they're going to go for Patrick Kane. Watch.
No, even better, Miguel. My favorite so-called rumor right now. There's no fact in this. Is it a nice trade for Erik Karlsson?
Oh no!
Could you?
Never. Our defense is solid. Our defense has been solid.
Yeah, but it sounds like the most Vegas thing to do because Karlsson might be the big fish outside of Kane and Taves. Like he's a sexy option right now. He's like leading defense.
Anything that does it though is a fucking idiot.
You know, but do you know why I don't think it's gonna happen? Not a captain. Not a captain of a team. You guys only take people who were captains of their previous franchise, so it's not gonna happen.
Frank Saravalli, by the way.
Frank Saravalli.
Leonard called him Doctor when they asked him about his injury. He's like, "Why don't you ask Dr. Saravalli?"
Wow, snippy.
Last year, that was last year, of course.
Well, he was eventually right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he was right from the beginning. For some reason, Leonard and Vegas decided. Well, I mean, I know why they decided to cover it up, but
I mean, dude, have we talked about Leonard filing for bankruptcy?
No, we haven't.
That's a crazy story.
Leonard,
I feel so bad for him.
I do too. This is a lot of. See, I hate. It goes back to I fucking hate the Vegas Golden Knight fan base. The part that cannot let go of Fleury. So when this came out, there are so many threads on Reddit essentially celebrating that Leonard has.
Don't be a scumbag.
Exactly. I'm like, what the fuck does this even have to do with hockey? So Leonard buys an exotic snake farm from a guy, tells him, okay, I will pay you in payments, yearly payments. The guy that owns the snake farm that sold it to Robert Leonard gets murdered by his wife.
Jesus.
His wife goes to jail.
I gotta be honest, read a lot of it, did not read that part. Holy shit.
Yeah, so the guy that sold it to Leonard, the owner, was murdered by his wife. The wife was arrested, found guilty, is still in prison. So Leonard's like, well, who do I pay?
Yeah.
Now,
I
guess I'm just not gonna pay.
Nope.
Because I don't know who to send this money to every year. So he didn't pay this last year, and I guess the estate of the people of his family were like, this guy didn't pay, we're suing him. So Robert Leonard is just filing for bankruptcy. Because he was like, what the fuck? I don't know.
I don't have money.
And so, yeah. It's a fucked up story. It's a crazy story.
Insane.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't blame him. Like, he dies. She goes to jail. Who? I probably would have done the same. Like, well, I guess I don't got to pay for this anymore. I'm just.
The guy who was making business with is gone. Like, what are you coming to do?
Exactly.
Do I just tape money to a brick and just throw it on the property or whatever? I don't know, man. Do I pay?
Yes, I guess the property was still running. It's still running to this day. But they're like, God, this guy who's supposed to buy hasn't paid us or hasn't paid for it. And Leonard's like, I didn't know what the fuck to do.
All right,
I'm not interested anymore. I'm just filing for bankruptcy instead.
Hear me out. Pacific Revision live show from the snake farm.
I think it's in Missouri. I don't want to go to Missouri.
Never mind.
Or Missouri or Mississippi. It's an M. I know that much.
None of them sexy options. I got to be honest.
Look,
I'm sure there's a lot of lovely areas in the middle of the country, but any place without an ocean isn't for me.
I agree. I'm with you.
I mean, you're living a desert, Miguel. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't understand. It's hot.
I'm already back to wearing shorts and stuff because it's hot.
I like how we got here from how the Kings are doing to Leonard Steak Farm. Once again, keeping the old Pacific Revision mantra of how does this affect the Golden Knights? How does my success and my happiness affect your team? But Kings are good. Kings good. They need to just not get hurt anymore. That would be cool.
All right. Now onto another team in the Pacific.
The San Jose Sharks. No, I'm just kidding. No one cares about the Sharks.
They got Matt Nieto. Or no, they sent Matt Nieto to Colorado. No one cares.
Long Beach native, Matt Nieto.
Bruce, there it isn't. You know what I mean?
I thought you were going to go Bruce. There it was.
There it was. That's probably better. Edit that. Bruce, there it was.
Nailed it. Clever, Miguel. Wordplay.
So, yeah. Despite all the fan base not wanting this.
All right, let's do a quick recap here. All right, Miguel.
Okay.
Let's start last season. All right, taking me back to distant.
I definitely don't want to go back to last season, but let's go anyways.
Well, the Golden Knights were on fire, just fucking pushing their car across the finish line to the end of the year. You know what I mean? There was one man who revived their team, the Vancouver Canucks. I think it might have been Jim Benning's last thing as a GM. Probably after he fired Travis Green. But look, Bruce Boudreau was brought in, interim coach. He did the thing. I think he technically signed a 2-year deal. A 1-year deal who then had an option for him. And then he could, if he wanted to come back, he would. But then the guy who hired him gets fired. That's never good. You never want to see your boss, the boss that brought you in, get fired.
No.
Because shit's going to go down.
Yeah. Your ass is on.
Your ass is done. This guy doesn't like me. He didn't get to hire me. I didn't get to interview him.
I agree. That is scary. Nothing scarier at a job than watching your boss who likes you get fired.
Yep. Because stuff is going to change. The stuff did change.
Oh, stuff is changing, yeah.
But in a positive way to begin. Because remember, we were talking about this team maybe making a run for the playoffs. This team was on fire to end the year. And I think both of us could agree if the season was maybe a month longer, or if they did this change a month earlier, maybe, just maybe they sneak in.
That or if they would have done this trade, maybe not a month, but 2 weeks earlier, less than a month, 2 weeks.
Vegas is running out of gas, baby.
They probably helped Vegas get in. Yes, yeah. They almost helped Vegas get in.
So it was, a lot of stuff. But look, the offseason starts. Things are getting optimistic. Jim Rutherford is now in charge. He hires Patrick Alvin to be the new GM. But all of a sudden you hear rumblings in the offseason. Is Bruce Boudreau coming back? Is he coming back?
They're in the Jeep. They're in the Jeep. They see the water trembling, and they're like, "What is that?
What's happening? What's happening here?" Because Miguel, as maybe as a Canucks fan or us too, looking from the outside in, you're like, why wouldn't the Vancouver Canucks bring back Bruce Boudreau? He did great. Turned the season around. Almost made the playoffs. But
it's not his fault.
But Jim Rutherford's in his office, Miguel. Just like you watching AEW Dynamite every Wednesday on TBS, just hating. Hate watching.
Okay. Oh yeah, I do hate watch.
Except this last episode, it was very lovely.
I still haven't seen it. I need to watch it.
Shout out to Jay Briscoe, passed away. Good wrestler.
Yeah,
seems like a great guy.
Terrible news. I know.
But it's on a normal episode of Dynamite. Miguel watching AEW, just hating.
I hate watch. Yeah, 100%. I hate watch.
Jim Rutherford hate watching Bruce Boudreau and hates that he picked up his option to come back. Because now you got to pay the man. Not going to fire him with no games played. And it starts terrible. Miguel, I don't know if you remember the very first game of the season for the Vancouver Canucks, because I do. I was in Cleveland. I had nothing else to do but watch this game. But the Canucks go up 3-0 against the Edmonton Oilers. And you're like, the magic is still there.
Yeah. I do remember that. I do remember this.
And they blow it. And then they blow another multi-goal lead. And then they blow another multi-goal lead.
Yeah.
And then we're just in a spiral of depression.
They blew like a lot to start the season. A lot.
Multiple goal leads.
And NHL historic record-breaking amount.
Basura. All right. And you get to this week.
Yes.
And I've never seen the lead up to someone getting fired so far in advance. Yeah. And not even that. I think a lot of times you can be like, man, this dude's getting fired eventually. But to have his replacement already, like we knew Rick Tocchet was going to be the head coach for the Vancouver Canucks eventually. It wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when. And you had this whole week leading up to Bruce Boudreau getting fired. And it's this whole thing of they should have just let him go. Like, it's not even at the fact that they fired him. It's how they fired him.
Yeah.
Like, they couldn't do it like in the middle of like a big, like just a bunch of games all together. Like, you don't want to fire him on a Monday. Like, there was rumors that Rick Tocchet just needed a 4-week notice to TNT because that's what he was doing, being on TV since the start of the year. But like, even then, like, fire him, have an assistant coach be there for like a week or two, bring in Rick Tocchet, then let go all the other assistants, because that's what they did. They cleaned house. They brought in a bunch of new coaches. But it was cool. Honestly, the only good thing about this is that you saw like Vancouver fans like rally around Bruce Boudreau. And right now it's going to be super interesting to see if they embrace Rick Tocchet at all. And the first game was good. You know what? Luckily for Rick Tocchet, they played Chicago, so it looked like a genius move. They won 4-1. But then they played the Avalanche. And hey, guess what? Canucks, still bad.
Yes. And you know what sucks? I don't know if it was the last one. What is the last Bruce Boudreau press conference? He's like, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, maybe. He said. Maybe.
Oh, heartbreak.
What a heartbreak.
Heartbreak.
It's crazy that they were having a bad season. Nah, I mean, I know the coach is always the first to blame. The coach is always the first to go. But I mean, the writing was on the. You just explained it. The writing was on the wall from even before the season started.
Yeah,
it is crazy that you would fire a head coach who is universally loved by the fan base. Because usually, aside from coaches always being the first to fire, coaches are always the first one to get the blame from the fan base.
Yeah.
Not Bruce Boudreau, because he.
You know how hard it is to make the head coach of a shitty team not be public enemy number one?
Crazy.
Wild.
Because he won the hearts of everyone in Vancouver. You know what I mean?
Oh man, they also got demolished by Seattle, like the third game of, and the Seattle fans started chanting "Bruce, there it is," which is masterful trolling by the Seattle Kraken.
Good.
Look, here's my biggest thing right now. Like, okay, fine. You didn't have your guy, cool, whatever. All right. Your signings, Jim Rutherford, still haven't been good. I know Patrick Allvin's the GM, but let's be honest. Jim Rutherford's the guy running the team. For real. He's the president. I think every decision goes through him. Patrick Allvin's learning on the job. You know what I mean? He's learning on the fly. You re-signed JT Miller. That looks like a disastrous contract. You brought in Ilya Mikheyev. That's a disastrous contract. You haven't moved anybody out. And then recently you signed Andrei Kuzmenko, who's a great young guy that they got out of free agency to a $4.5 million contract for 2 more years. But stop buying. Stop it.
So do we finally see the Hughes brothers reunited?
No.
I know. I would love it though.
It'd be cool though, but like these, you know what? They need to just stop. Just stop. They just need to sell. I know it's a difficult thing. Look at Buffalo. It worked for them. Like, this core isn't working. Like,
I mean, I'm pretty confident Brock Besser is gone.
Brock Besser's gone.
He's been on the chopping block for a while now. He's dealt with a lot of very unfortunate injuries, like the fucking worst luck injuries, like the one where he got into the bench door. Do you remember that one from a couple years ago?
I do. Yeah.
Whoa, what bad luck, man. That was just bad luck.
Also losing his father this year, like all of that. Yeah. And also the lead up to it, because he had a disease that it's been lingering for a couple of years and stuff like that. So all that stuff can't be easy on him. And
I hope he lands on a good team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe he just needs a fresh start. But like, I remember having this conversation was a friend of ours who's a Canucks fan. It's like, who do you trade away from this team? Everybody but Demko, Hughes, and Pettersson.
Which Pettersson?
Elias. Which Elias? the one that's on the team now. I honestly, after thinking about it this week, I think you even trade fucking. I think the only guy you keep is fucking Elias Pettersson.
You keep Hughes as well, and Demko.
I think you trade him away. I think you have to figure out exactly. You need to build up your assets again, because their draft prospects that they have in their prospect pool is also ass. It's like 25th in the NHL, and you've been bad for a long time.
Yeah, it's bad. To me, I say your prospect pool is bad when you've had many high picks.
Yeah,
and they're still not. They're not in the NHL. You know what I mean? Like,
they're not good. No.
It's one thing to be a team that like you're drafting in the high 20s, high 30 every year because you're good. You're Boston, whatever. It's another to be bad for so many years, get a lot of top 10, top 15 picks, and then you're not hitting on any of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think right now the biggest mistake that's going to stand out, it's going to follow them, is JT Miller. Like, they re-signed him for 8 years. They could have, his new contract doesn't kick in until next year. But they could have had a wealth of resources in helping this team get younger. But instead, now, because of that re-signing, you're going to lose Bo Horvat, who, hey,
I know.
By the way, is younger.
Good.
By the way, is your captain. By the way, having a career year this year. While JT Miller can't figure out how to play defense.
Hobart. I can't say it. Bo Horvat. Horvat. It's good. Yeah.
Yes. So, like, at this point, like, what's the point of, like, honestly, Miguel, like, I'm 100%. What's the point of holding on?
There's no point. I'm with you. They need to sell, but will they? Probably not.
Also, let's not forget they fucked up Tanner Pearson's hand surgery 3 times. So now he's out till forever and might be done with his career. That's a very big fear that they have.
When do you know when the trade deadline is?
Isn't it first week of March? Second week of March?
March 3rd. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So like, there's still time, but like,
it's gonna be an interesting deadline. Like, will anybody pick up Carlson? What is Vancouver gonna do? They need to sell, but will they? Who knows?
Connor Bedard is very enticing. Like, this is a generational talent.
Yeah, tank hard for Bedard.
That might be on the McDavid level of like franchise chasing, impact player immediately.
But I mean, you never know though. You still never know. People were talking not that high, but they were talking high about Shane Wright, and then he dropped to fourth, and he hasn't doing shit.
Well, I mean, he's in the OHL now. I mean,
and they said Slavkovsky would be immediate in the NHL.
Also, he's hurt. I mean, but like for every one of those, you do get an Austin Matthews and a Connor McDavid and a Jack.
Yeah, I mean, not to say these players won't be good. I'm just saying that like it's hard to say that McDavid. Because there's only one McDavid, you know what I mean?
But I think, when you pull up his like junior numbers and he's doing as good as McDavid was, sometimes even better, there might be some evidence there that this kid is fucking good. He's joined that like list of like they allowed him in the OHL early. Like there's some evidence there to suggest that this kid is going to be as good as advertised. And at the very least, the draft is super deep next year. Got your Michkov, guys like that. So, Adam Fantilli's another good high draft.
Is it too late? Is it too late for the Knights to get in the Bedard chase?
I mean, technically no. Technically no, but it's going to be hard to out-tank Chicago. They are fucking atrocious.
I don't want to see Chicago get them.
I don't either. I do like Arizona is probably my best case scenario.
Yes, please. Yes.
I want him out of the Pacific, but I also want him out of a team that's obnoxious.
Yes.
So the Coyotes are it.
And a team that's had success in the past, like.
Yeah, who cares? No one cares about Chicago. I'm tired of you.
Arizona. I'm all for the Bedard Arizona train. I'm with you.
Exactly. You know what else?
Because I don't want him in the Pacific.
No, God, no, please. We're gonna deal with other fucking bullshit, so we're good.
I'd be okay if he goes to the Blue Jackets.
I don't want to see Blue Jackets would be a good one too. I don't want to see McDavid and Bedard for the next like 10 years.
I know, right?
My life is already annoying as it is. I like how this we went down the Canucks fucking rabbit hole to end up at just bitching at everything.
Yeah. So speaking of injuries. Montreal Canadiens have suffered it's going to help them in the Bedard chase, but man, you never want to see one of your young guys go down with a season-ending injury, and that is Cole Caulfield. They're probably arguably their best scorer, their best shooter. Kid's fucking good. He's exciting to watch play, and he's done for the season, and you hate to see that happen because you want. Like Daniel, our friend of the show, always says, ideal situation, team loses, young kids score because they get experience, they get their stats up, and the team still loses in their chase for Bedard. But now you lost one of the young ones, one of the exciting ones, and it sucks.
Yeah, it might keep the cost down on Cole Caulfield, who needs a new contract.
That's true. Cole Caulfield does need a new contract at the end of this season. And I mean, when you look at everything else, he's looking at $8-9 million compared when you see some
7.9. That's how much he gets.
So you got to imagine the injury helps him, right? Helps Montreal.
Yeah, that's all I got. Other than that, like it sucks.
Yeah, Cause not much to say.
Like your team's fine, but also now you don't get to watch one of your favorite players, one of the best players on the team. Like that sucks. Yeah. Talking about best players, Miguel. No Austin Matthews for the Toronto.
Knee injury out about 3 weeks. He is out of the All-Star. He's being replaced by Alexander Barkov of Florida.
On your fantasy team also, don't forget that.
On my fantasy team, he's been killing it lately.
No points against the Kings though.
Not today though, but
no points against the Kings. Let me tell you that much.
But he's been killing it outside of today. But yeah. That sucks. I'm surprised. Barkov's good. Don't get me wrong. I know he's good. but he was also injured a good chunk of the season. And I'm surprised they didn't give it to the heart and soul of Toronto, William
Nylander. Yeah, I mean Nylander would have been cool, but the game is in Florida, Miguel. Get as many Panthers as you can.
That's true. That is true.
Get as many Panthers as you can, and I'm sure that'll be fun for them. So
we wish Austin Matthews a fast recovery.
The official favorite player that's not a part of our teams of the Pacific Division.
Yes, 100%.
Miguel, let me get your opinion on stuff.
Yes.
By the way, did you know there's an outdoor game next month? I love playing this game every fucking year.
I only knew that because they showed off the jerseys this week. Otherwise,
all right. When
I saw the jerseys, I'm like, why are they in jerseys? Why these guys got new jerseys? That's literally what I said to myself.
When is the next outdoor game?
No clue.
Stadium Series, February 18th. We got the jerseys for the Washington Capitals and the Carolina Hurricanes. Capitals went Big Eagle with their white jerseys as they're going to play in Carolina. I like it.
Oh yeah, it looks great. And I like the Carolina one, but like
Carolina's boring.
I feel like they're all the same now with Carolina. They just changed the amount of
the reverse retro is boring. It doesn't do much. This is boring. It doesn't do much. I got to be honest. For as good as Carolina looks, sometimes like they are very lazy with their uniforms.
I agree. All they do is change the amount of black and red there is. Like
they just move it around. They just keep moving it around.
They just move it around. That is all they do, and it looks good. It doesn't look ugly, but it's boring. And I feel like I'm seeing the same thing all the time now.
It's like fine. Like that's as much as I can talk about like any uniform that Carolina's had in like the past like 5 years. Like it's not good that their best jerseys that they come out with, like it's a brand spanking jerseys. Their best ones are Hartford Whalers one, and that's a team that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Borrowing from another team.
Like I said, they just changed up the black and red configuration.
That's just lazy. But like I don't know, man. I more and more I am like these outdoor games are definitely just for the people that go there. And like maybe the Winter Classic is still kind of special, but like I wish these were like I don't know, hyped up more. I feel like the NBA does a good job at like.
I know we talked about this, but Vegas, Seattle, is a next year's Winter Classic. I'll try to be there. Did we talk about that? Did we talk about? I don't remember. I don't remember. I'm just bringing it up. We're not gonna get into it. I'm just saying.
Well, you know what? No, we'll talk about it. We can end it on that. We'll make it about you. I love you.
I don't know. We talked about it. I would hate to talk about it again, and we already talked about it.
The Vegas Golden Knights are taking on the Seattle Kraken in an outdoor game.
You know what? We did talk about this. I did, yeah. Because I said I was going to try my hardest to go, depending on work, because it left on New Year's Day.
How's your excitement level now?
It's at like a 6, 7.
Okay.
And it's only because being from Vegas, the city that never sleeps. It's also the city that never fucking closes on holidays or never closes, just never closes.
Yeah, just open. Yeah.
It's going to be difficult to try to get New Year's off, but I will try, and I will try to be there. That's a year away.
I'd go with you.
I will let you know.
I wouldn't wear like any team.
Obviously, yeah. I mean, you can wear a Seattle shirt, like not a jersey.
No.
Just
God no. Miguel, I'm also a 49ers fan. By the way, big week. Yeah. Big week this week. Go Niners.
Brock Purdy.
Yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. City of Seattle, fantastic. Your sports teams, I hate them with all my guts, all of them. I'm surprised how much I hate Seattle. Like. This year alone, the Kraken, I mean, how much they've annoyed me this year, and they have, and I'm tired of them doing good, Miguel.
They haven't annoyed me yet, but they're starting to get annoying, you know.
Miguel, after that 9-8 game, that's really when the fires go. But
I think that's because Vegas us have beaten them every time. They've only lost once to Seattle, so I'm not annoyed yet with them. But
they turned it around.
Again, yeah. So now that they turned it around, we've only played them We've only played them twice this year. We beat them we steamrolled them the first game. They steamrolled us the second game. So we'll see how the third one goes.
But we'll see at another episode, Miguel, because that's all I got. Unless you got anything else.
That is all I got as well. So, lovely folks at home, you can find me at Miguel Kicks all over the internet. That is Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, anywhere.
You
can find me.
Hold on. He's on Snapchat.
I know. Don't add me on Snapchat because I don't even use it. But I'm on there. But I don't snap. So the only snap I do is in Marvel. You know what I mean?
What a great game.
Collector's Lobby on YouTube. It's an amazing game. Erick, where can the people find you?
You can find me all over the internet at _Erick Orellana. That's ERICKORELLANA. Help us tell your friends about the show. Give us a rating. 5 stars or else Miguel quits.
All right, quit.
Never forget.
I need to check. I need to see those ratings. I need to check those ratings.
Anyways.
I haven't checked in a while.
God, I hope this isn't our last show. But Miguel,
anyway, everyone listening and watching at home, thank you so much. We honestly appreciate each and every single one of you. Until next time, peace.
Goodbye.